The women's podium at the 2024 Grand Prix final will be entirely or predominantly Japanese. There is no chance of a different outcome, since 5 of the 6 quotas at the end of the series were won by Japanese skaters. Even if one of them withdraws, the balance of power will not change, since the first alternate, Rinko Watanabe, skates under the same flag. The only outsider in this company is American Amber Glenn. Previously, only Russians managed to dominate like this. They collected 5 spots in 2021. The 6th went to Kaori Sakamoto. Then the competition was cancelled due to COVID restrictions, so the upcoming final is the first in the history of women's skating that will serve as a rehearsal for the national championship. And probably not the last, since the success of the Japanese is the result of a system that has been debugged for years. 3-time world champion Kaori Sakamoto has had the best series. She has 2 wins, and also the highest total, 433.09. At the first stage, she messed up her free program, but by the second she had already cleaned up her mistakes and scored the best total among adults this season. Kaori is the main favorite of the final. For continents champion Mon Chiba is definitely a contender for the podium. Don't let her result, 2 silver medals, put Chiba up against her strongest rivals at both stages. Glenn put up 2 triple axels against her, Sakamoto, 2 maximum performances with a personal best in components. Chiba stands out for her consistency. She doesn't do Ultra SI, but she is confident in Lutz and Flip, so she mixes them in cascades with other jumps in the second half of the program. In addition, she rarely makes mistakes, the exception being an accidental fall on the track in the free program at the Cup of China. The occasional unclear edges and under-rotations take away points from her, but even with the mistakes she gets 210 plus in total points. And Mon is also memorable for the way she sits on it, so shy and reserved at the side, short to the disco hit Last Dance by Donna Summer. The free program to Oki Kairni looked the same last year. According to the second mark, Chiba has already risen to the top 5, so now she looks like one of the favorites of any tournament. 20-year-old Rino Matswijk has shown that she is capable of big comebacks, from 4th place, as in Finland, and even from 10th, as in Canada. She has to catch up because of her unstable skating. At all the tournaments this season, Rino has failed one of her programs, but a big breakthrough is enough to get ahead of most of her rivals. Hana Yoshida also has her share of falls and butterflies, but she compensates for her mistakes with complicated content with a triple axel in her free program. Over the past 3 months, she has made 5 attempts. 1 was clean, 2 more with a minor minus. A year ago, she showed 2 triple axels in the final and, despite the mistakes, rose to 3rd place. So her triple axel is valuable, although unreliable. The same Ultra SI was previously tried at competitions by the vice champion of the world Wakaba Higuchi, but she no longer risks it. This tactic brought her gold and silver in the series after a long decline in form. The last peak came in the 2017-18 season. All these 5 are united by the ability to put together solid content with expensive spins, complex sequences, and senior, triple jumps, Lutz/Flip, in the second half. At the same time, none of them, except Sakamoto, are significantly ahead of any of their rivals. In fact, these Japanese skaters only land a little cleaner and fail elements a little less often than other skaters. The main thing that distinguishes this team is its depth. In addition to the 5 single skaters who will appear in Grenoble at the beginning of December, there are 4 more athletes who are contenders for medals in national competitions. Among them are quad skater Ryan Somiyoshi, winner of the 2023 final Maimahara, triple axel Rinko Watanabe, and bronze medalist of the home Grand Prix Yuna Aoki. The main rival for the Japanese is Amber Glenn. She has stabilized the triple axel, almost never fails, and is quickly improving in components. With relatively clean performances, Korean Chaeyoung Kim, bronze medalist at the 2024 World Championships, is close to them, as is American Sarah Everhart, although she loses a lot due to under-rotations. They will be challenged by the vice champions of the world Luna Hendricks and Isabeau Levito if they regain the form of last season. It is obvious from the components that, despite the decline, they retain international authority. Isabeau received the 2nd rating at the level of the world top, 3 before the break, Luna, at the level of the top 6. However, all of these are individual heroes. No one else at the international level has a full-fledged team with such internal competition. Even the USA with its newcomers cannot yet compare with Japan in terms of the depth of the team. Only Russia could compete in the sense. Adelia Petrosyan with Ultra SI and constantly improving skating, Anna Frolova and Veronika Yamatova with reliable performances, Ksenia Sinitsina even taking into account the current decline. And potentially Alina Gorbacheva, she has 1 year left before moving to adults. But even if they return, the Russian team will not displace the current leaders in an instant. Yes, they can only be truly compared on one ice. Close competition will affect the second mark, quality of execution, and willingness to take risks. But with the increased popularity of triple jumps and the ISU's focus on component skating, the Japanese look strong and can back each other up. The Japanese have a strong men's team too. Their singles skaters have 2 spots in the finals and a total of 7 medals in the 2024-25 series. Over the past 10 years, they have not missed a single men's podium at the World Championships, bringing gold from 4 tournaments. The women have 6 podiums and 4 victories. Records and titles, if properly promoted, convert into a surge of interest in the sport among the new generation. A large team of strong singles skaters now is partly an echo of Daisuke Takahashi's success. Little Sakamoto and Mihara came to the ice 20 years ago, during the heyday of Shizuka Arakawa, the country's first Olympic champion in women's skating. Matsuike, Chiba, and Yoshida started when Miki Ando and Mao Asada were fighting for medals at key tournaments. 3-time world junior champion Mao Shimada says she fell in love with figure skating after seeing Asada at the 2014 Sochi Games. Shimada's mother is also her fan, hence the name. In 6 to 7 years, the national team will be flooded with a generation that came to the sport thanks to Yuzuru Hanyu. He is an iconic champion for Japan. And the near future of the Japanese team seems bright. Both the girls and boys have at least 2 to 3 athletes who consistently make it into the prizes. The singles are especially impressive. Shimada has hardly lost for several years. Even despite the raging puberty, she maintains the content with a triple axel and a quadruple toe loop. On adult ice, they will face high competition and great opportunities. Kaori Sakamoto and Yuma Kageyama, together with the retired Shoma Ono, have brought the team the maximum number of tickets to major competitions for several seasons in a row and continue to do so, giving the youth a chance to develop. In addition, they are taught to compete from childhood. Those who fall below 4th place at the Junior Grand Prix are given no more than 1 stage the following year. The most promising athletes, starting with novices, 9 to 12 years old, are supervised by the National Skating Federation. In the summer, they are invited to a 4-day training camp at the Youth Development Camp in Nagano, and getting there is an important sporting milestone. The best Japanese specialists and invited foreign stars work there, including Stefan Lambiel and Jeffrey Buttle. They evaluate the development of technique and gliding, the ability to move off the ice, general physical parameters, and even psychological attitudes. Their attitude is very important. Many young talents disappear because they simply lose discipline and stop training. Yoshiko Kobayashi, who held the post of one of the directors of the federation at that time, explained to NBC several years ago. It was at these training camps that the federation noticed Mao Asada and the winner of the 2018 Grand Prix final Rika Kahira. When they come to this camp, they meet skaters from other parts of Japan and understand what level they are at. They feel motivated to improve and come back next year, Kobayashi assured. Competition creates strong ones, she concluded then. A familiar approach, right?